Hi, my name is Brooks Dugan. I am the Director of Institutional Research and Learning Technology here at Simpson University. I headlined the transfer and change from Moodle to Canvas for our learning management systems. And this is the year 2020. It's actually June 1st, 2020. And I'm just going to walk through today how we're storing and keeping track and migrating our data over from Moodle onto Canvas. So this is a manual process that we're doing. We ended up not doing the bulk migration. This allows us to be able to kind of upkeep and patrol and see if which courses need to be updated, what courses have content, need content, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to walk through with you today on how to do this. One of the things that I assign, I'm working closely with Rudy down in degree completion, and we are walking through each semester. My goal is to do about 10, if not more, devoting about an hour, which I hope would be about 10 courses, if not more, each day, each work day, to be able to keep up and get done a whole semester within about a month transferring. And also, so he's doing 2020 spring, I'm doing 2019 fall, and then once the semester starts, probably be doing 2020 summer semester. We'll be also getting, hopefully, Moodle onto a archive state, and then we'll be able to be getting faculty members trained, trying to get them onto this training this week. So that they are prepared at the end of this month or at the beginning, mid-July, they'll be starting to work on their classes to update them, upgrade them, and getting them all figured out. So as they work on that training, Rudy and I are working on getting the content moved over. So to get started, make sure that you have about probably a split screen pulled up, or if you have two screens, that also works great. And you'll want Moodle and Canvas pulled up on both. So to get to Canvas, it's simpsonu.instructure.com, at least as we're in our sandbox state. And then for Moodle, it's moodle.simpsonu.edu. Yeah, and you have to be an admin to be able to do stuff like this. So this is important for admins. So first thing you want to do is you want to navigate to Site Home. You'll want to also navigate as an admin on Canvas to Admin. You'll go to the Simpson University Admin page, and it should take you automatically to the courses that are offered in the site. I created multiple terms for previous terms they're just called 19 Fall Moodle, 20 Spring Moodle, 20 Summer Moodle. And what you'll want to do is you want to hit this new course or add a course. And most of the time you don't want to do this in situations. You want a colleague to be able to push these course shells over. But for migration purposes, this is the process that we'll be going through. So as this is pulled up here, you'll want to keep this pulled up. And then the third thing you want to have open is within the academics drive. This is the network drive on SFS1 in our network. You'll want to go to CELT, Moodle, and Canvas. I created this folder for this whole migration, and you'll want to double click again on the Moodle to Canvas courses. I created a 19 Fall and 20 Spring. Again, Rudy will be working on 20 Spring. I'll be working on 19 Fall. And as you enter in, you'll want to make sure that there's folders for each of the schools like TUG, Tozer, Nursing, Education, Adult Studies. Why I chose it this way is because these are organized just about the same way in Moodle, so I just wanted to keep it kind of just similar in both ways. I'm working my way up in the 2019 fall semester just because there's more TUG classes than any other classes. So go ahead, and I'm gonna keep this window on the side. I'll double click into it, and as you can tell, I already started creating folders just as some practice courses, math and science and spiritual formation. I'm going to keep working on spiritual formation. But as you go along, go ahead and add retention as a new folder, and you just right click that, add new folder. Go ahead and go to the folder that you want within Moodle. I already did, as you can tell, the lead 2000-5, that is the section. So I want to go on to the 19 fall 2000 or lead 2004. Again, I go up and down that that order just because it's easier to keep track as we go along here. So, okay, so now that I have this pulled up, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and copy this whole name up top here. This is going to be your course name in Canvas, and then the lead 2004, that number is going to be the reference code. So that's going to be how you break it down. And then of course, make sure that you do the enrollment term. I am doing this for 19 fall right now, and I know Rudy will be doing 20 spring, so he'll be selecting that one. And then you'll go ahead and hit add course. As that's adding a course, you'll go to backup, which is within the gear bar up here, and this is going to create your instance for this course to be able to transfer over here. Go ahead and hit jump to final step. And as that's loading, go ahead and scroll on down, go to the very end of your courses in Canvas, and you should be able to find 19 fall lead 2004. Click on that module or that course right there, and as it says it's successfully created, hit continue. Kind of bounce back and forth here, and you'll get into a good rhythm for it all, but you'll go and hit download. As you can tell, I already downloaded 2 courses here. Go and hit download. Sometimes this takes a bit of a while, but luckily this didn't take too long. One of the best practices too is probably at the end of the day, make sure that your courses show up in this shared drive, that it's all saved there. And what you'll want to do is just drag the download on over. It'll take a second to download. And as you can tell, this is named a little differently. That's because I would like to rename it just so that it's a little cleaner to search for. And as you can tell, lead 2019 fall. It's a little easier to navigate. Now this is just for storing. I really want these backup folders or backup files to be stored and kept properly. And since it's on a network drive, it's not going to take up too much space on your computer as you go along. Yes, these downloads are going to take up some space, so I'll show you how to delete those as we go along. But now that this is in my downloads, you'll want to hit in Canvas, add existing content. And once that pulls up, you'll select one which is the second to bottom, which is Moodle 1.9 or /2.x. You'll choose a file, which should be the top file if you have your downloads chosen. If not, go ahead and hit downloads, and it'll come up just the same. This is my most recent one, as you could tell, 152, that was 153, so go ahead and double click on that. It should pull up, and all you'll checkbox here is all content. Don't worry about options here. That will be when you're transferring these stored courses over to the shells that colleague pushes over, and then you can match up the days of when the courses will be offered. So other than that, go ahead and just hit import. It'll load for just a second. Sometimes it takes longer than others, but when it's queued, it takes a second to give you a status bar. And it really just depends on how much data there is that needs to be transferred over or uploaded. And as that goes along, you can go ahead. I'll let that load. You can go ahead and go back to this course. I'm going to show you an example once this is done loading. And again, sometimes it's just server based. It takes a second. There might be some traffic on it. But with that said too, you can go into here. You've got your courses stored, and again, just keep it very well organized. Make sure everything's uploaded well and organized well, pretty much to match what Moodle had. This is just in case if for some weird reason it doesn't upload correctly. As you can tell, it's now running. And once that fully loads, we'll be able to, it'll say one issue. That one issue is always going to be announcements. Don't worry about that. That's just because the announcements module is different than the announcements module in Canvas. So it's just saying, hey, this is not relating to the same project. So don't worry about it. And then you can just go ahead and hit home. Make sure that pretty much what home is going to look like here is that each module in Canvas is going to match each week. As you can tell, it's just going to upload kind of like an announcement or like a file, a Word file for whatever was written in that week. Attend class at 3 p.m. OC. Of course, again, this isn't ideal, but yeah, at least we have this information logged over here. And that's all that really truly matters, because once we have this information here, it's a lot easier to transfer from Canvas to Canvas. We can choose what files we want to transfer over. And yeah, and ultimately, let me show you how to make sure that these are cleaned up, because this will start taking up space on your computer here. So you'll want to go to Downloads overall, and you can select these by holding the Control button down, and you can move to Trash if you'd like. I highly recommend that at the end of the day, move those to trash, just because it's going to start to really take up some space if you are storing the files on your computer and on the drive. But ultimately, that is it for my demo here. You'll just want to keep doing that until you have the full semester done. But thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll continue to have documentation on this as we go along. Have a good one.